Welcome everyone to Tasty Global Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a cake, a carrot cake, a very special carrot cake in my view, because instead of using regular flour, I'm going to be using coconut flour, and instead of using regular sugar, I'm going to be using coconut sugar. So this is going to be a yummy cake and quite healthy too, because it's going to be totally gluten free. Well, almost totally, because I'm going to be putting baking powder in it, but it's going to be quite a healthy cake. So let me show you the ingredients. I'm going to be using ginger, baking powder, coconut flour, coconut sugar, vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, 4 eggs and 2 carrots. So I'm going to get this all ready. I'm going to show you all the involvement of making this cake so that you can learn with me, because I've not done this before. So this should be quite interesting, and I'm going to be brutally honest. If it doesn't taste nice, I will say not for me, but if it does taste nice, you'll be getting a thumbs up. So I'll be back soon and to continue with this and go through the cooking process. Okay, bye bye. Right, I've got all the ingredients here ready for this cake with the coconut flour. So I've got eggs here, 4 eggs beaten. I've got the milk, which I forgot to mention actually. I'm going to add some milk, a little bit over 1/4 of a pint of milk, semi-skimmed milk I've used, the grated carrots, and all the spices here, and the star of the show, well, there's going to be 2 stars, the coconut flour and the coconut sugar. So I'm going to put all the wet ingredients together first. So let's move these out of the way. So I'm now going to be putting in the beaten egg, 4 beaten eggs in my bowl here. And then I'm going to add the milk, which, as I said, is a little under 1/4 pint. So I'm going to be adding that. Whisk that in. So the wet ingredients together. No butter's added to this cake. That's why I call it a special cake. So I'm going to whisk that quite fast. Yep. And now I'm going to add the carrots. Scatter that all in. And then whisk that a bit again. And then I'm going to add the spices, which is going to be just a bit of cinnamon, just a little shake of it, not too much, 1 nutmeg, but I'm going to just grate a little bit of it. I like to use whole nutmeg and grater in it. So not that much, just grater a little bit till it's sprinkled all over. So you can see the amount there. So I'll say 1/2 nutmeg. Yeah, so half, more or less. Maybe do a little bit more. And you're using the finest, smallest grater part of your grater. So that's more or less 1/2 a nutmeg. Alright, that I've used. Right. Next I'm going to use some ginger. Some ginger, just a little splash of that, not too much. Just a little bit there. And mix that in. Okay, it's all mixed. So it's a small cake I'm going to be making. I'm going to add some sugar now, which is organic coconut sugar. So I want it to be really tasty, so I'm gonna do, let me see, a cup of sugar. So this is half a cup in here. So I'm gonna do another cup of this, which makes up a whole cup of sugar. So this is my measuring spoon here. So that's a cup of sugar, yeah, coconut sugar. So mix that all in. Keep mixing. Keep mixing. So it's just wet ingredients at the moment. Because this isn't a normal cake with regular flour, that's why there's only a small amount of flour to the portion of eggs. So for a cup of flour, of coconut flour, we only need, well, not only, we need 4 eggs. So it's it doesn't rise like normal flour, but so the egg helps with the raising process of a cake. So now I'm going to put in the vanilla. I like putting quite a bit of vanilla in, so but I'm going to use just a little, maybe 2-3 teaspoons of vanilla. So it's gone brown a bit now. That's fine. Mix that all in, and then some baking powder, just a little bit. I'm going to use, let's see, my measuring spoon here. This is 1 tablespoon. Oops. One tablespoon. All right. Give that a try. Mix that in. So that all the baking powder mixes in. It's a mess here. I'm mixing and mixing. Blend these to the side of it. Everything's all blended in. And then I'm going to put the flour in. So we're going to shake that in. The coconut flour. And that's a real star of the cake now. And that's all smelling very nice. Let's get all the flour in nicely. Mix it in nice now. That's coming out nicely. I'm going to add a little bit more water to this, a little bit of water to this, I should say, because I want a bit of more fluid, make it a bit more liquidy. So I'll get some water. Half a cup of water poured in and mixed in again. All the rest. Yeah, smells beautiful. Oops, let's get this off there. Alright, so now I'm going to get the pan ready, which I've already prepared here with greaseproof paper. So now I'm only going to do a little bit in here. So it's not a normal consistency of a regular cake, which is a lot runnier, but this one, as I said, is my special cake, wholesome cake with no gluten, well, not in mass anyway, and because it's using coconut flour. Bearing in mind I did put baking powder in it, so that will change it somewhat, but yeah, this is it. So let's put this in the oven for about half an hour at 170 degrees. Now going in the oven at 170 degrees centigrade for half an hour. Okay. Well, here it is. Carrot cake with coconut flour and coconut sugar. In fact, I had to add extra time, cooking time. I wanted it to be for half an hour, but it ended up being another 20 minutes because it wasn't as bouncy as I wanted it to be, so it wasn't really cooked yet. So now I'm going to be checking it out, the big reveal, to see whether it's nice to eat. It's more like a pudding, the actual consistency. I can take out the whole thing out, I think. Let's try that. A bit easier. So I can always put it back in afterwards. I do like greaseproof papers. So much easier to use. Right, let's try. Just cut a little bit. Just a bit there. Right. I'm going to tear off a bit here. And then I'm going to show you the texture. Oh, it's flaking off. So I've got a nice cake texture actually. Right, I tell you something, I'm really surprised that it's turned out so nice, because I was thinking, oh, I'm not too sure about the amount of milk I put in it. I thought it might be too much, and perhaps it was a little bit too much, but it turned out perfect in the end. The consistency of the cake is beautiful, as you can see. The carrots is right through it, really, it's just blended in nicely, and the carrot is just smooth. It's not sort of like too irritating on the tongue. It's just very nice, very nice. So yeah, I really enjoyed making this, and it's very simple to make. And as I said, if you want to keep away from gluten products, I would say coconut flour is the way to go. But obviously you have to check to see whether some people are allergic to coconut, so make sure that it doesn't affect you in any way before you try it. So yeah, that's the thing that I'd like to mention, disclaimer, to make sure that no one tries it and then becomes ill. So make sure that you're not allergic to any of these products that are on Tasty Global Kitchen. But if you're okay with everything, give it a try, because it's very nice. Anyway, that's me done for today. Tasty Global Kitchen, until the next time. Take care. Bye bye.